we all used to listen to.
Yes.
And I almost thought he had almost some dead ringers. It was really, really strange. And I was really confused about him for a while because I just really couldn't figure out how he would be pulling off what he's pulling off. A year later, I think I have figured out that he's an exceptionally good con artist. I don't know how he does what he does, but I just don't think he's psychic.
So, do you guys know his history?
No, let me hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been a scammer for a very long time.
Oh.
He was a cross-dresser, and he used to, yeah. Didn't see that one coming, did ya?
No, that's weird, but it's a fact, but okay.
And he was getting involved in, like, these rental scams. Like, where he would say an apartment was for rent, and then a bunch of people would pay for the apartment, but the apartment never existed.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing this stuff, I guess, for years and years and years. So he hired this huge PR firm when he decided he was psychic, and they, like, totally cleaned up his image, and he had a makeover and dropped the women's clothes and all this stuff. And yeah, I think I agree with Sam. He's just a con artist, and he's just really... Have you seen, what's that movie with the magicians? Now You See Me?
No, I have not.
What?
No.
Neither of you?
No.
That is like the best movie ever. Okay, so it's these four magicians. But Woody Harrelson's character... Woody Harrelson, that's right? That's not the guy who slept with his kid?
No.
Oh, Woody
Yeah. I had to think for a sec.
Okay.
All right.
Cute.
Shame on Woody
is
Allen.
one of the magicians, and
Yeah.
he does like this, like mind tricks stuff where like he'll get you to read off numbers, and because like for your birthday, say he's like, okay, what month were you born? 1, 2, 3, 4. My birthday's April, so you'll pause a little bit at the 4, and it's just picking up those cues. And I think that's the kind of stuff that Thomas John does.
Well, that's what I believe. A lot of psychics are, are very good at like picking up, cues. But I have to say, my co-host Amy, she hit some of that stuff, and she didn't know anything about Margaret's grandfather. And I mean, she got that outfit he was wearing down.
Everything.
I mean,
that was crazy.
But she also has been doing these like. Taking turns doing these readings with another person from her class. And she said last week she didn't get anything. Like she's taking a break from it because she got nothing. So I don't know.
I think it would be very, very tiring.
Yeah.
Like it does a lot to your head, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. But Teresa Caputo, okay? And I have to tell you, I am a sucker for those shows. And I'm very excited that we are going to have a show on TLC called Mama Psychic, I believe it's called. And she's from Rochester, and the whole show is filmed here about her. And it's like a little reality, like the Teresa Caputo, but she's in Rochester, and she has these 4 sons. And it starts up like in 2 weeks, and she's going to be doing readings in like all around Rochester and like a lot of the businesses here. So it's kind of exciting for, our city to have like, all these little things.
That's cool.
Yeah. But, I was actually going to try to see if I could get her on because she seems pretty cool. So we'll be interested to see, but she says her kids have the gift too.
Huh.
But Teresa Caputo, I used to love watching that because I just love like her hair and her nails, and I just love that whole Long Island. She just cracks me up. But she did come here. I saw her like 2 years ago, and she has this fan club, and you sign up for the fan club, and you give like a little info about yourself, and they'll give you like first choice of tickets, so they know exactly where you're sitting. Okay, which right there is okay. They know your name, they know some of your history. Like they asked questions on there that I thought were giving stuff away.
Googleable.
Oh, more like, is there anybody you would like to talk to? Just weird stuff. So I had a friend who had gone to the show, and she was a fan club member. And she had a husband who passed away when she was only in her 20s. And she was pregnant with their son when he died in a very terrible car accident at like the age 26. They were young, just married. And he was on his way home from work, and he crashed into a tree and died. And she was pregnant, with their baby. So now her son at the time of the show was so she was there with him. And Teresa Caputo called them out, like, right, told them that she's seen her ex-husband, and that not her ex, I'm sorry, her deceased husband, and that he knows about some letter that her son wrote as part of his, like, essay to get into college, and just, like, all this stuff. And then I find out later she was a member of the fan club and pretty much had given a lot of this info to them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So,
Shady.
I've never trusted Teresa Caputo. I've seen extended clips of her at some of her live shows or performances or
right.
readings, whatever. And when you can see how many times she casts the net and hits nothing, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
On her show, of course, it's edited that everyone she hits on, but you can see her cold reading, or it's really, really obvious.
A good article on her that it was a woman who went in as a very much believer, like had been to other psychics and really believed things they'd said. And she said with Teresa, like, it was a huge, huge auditorium, and she was very specific in the people she went to and talked to. And this woman had been given a meet and greet pass after, and I guess everybody was supposed to get some sort of reading, and again, very specific, only picked 2 or 3 out of this meet and greet group afterwards. She said the whole thing just came off feeling like she had been told who to talk to, and this is their stories, and this is what you tell them.
Right. I mean, and when you're playing to an auditorium like that, I believe like a lot of it is theatrical, and honestly, I enjoyed it.
They took my money, and I feel like that wasn't real, and she couldn't tell me anything about my relatives, or she got so much wrong. And that's terrible.
It's almost more heartbreaking to walk away that way.
Yeah, but I mean,
for sure.
When I was there, she was pretty much everyone that she talked to, she was really spot on. She did yell out from the stage, like, who has someone that passed from this injury or that, and then people would raise their hand, and she'd say, no, not them. That's not you. It's not, you know what I mean? So, but we all left, and, we all said we had a great time there, There was the psychic here in Rochester who was very, very popular, Now, she's probably dead. But as of just 10 years ago, she was still doing readings, and she was, like, in her 90s. So her and all these girls went to this woman, and they all had these readings done. And my mother is like, doesn't believe in any of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, my mother, you cannot trick my mother into nothing. Ricky does not play. Okay. She's out, doesn't believe anything. So she went, and they did all these readings, and they got to her one friend, and this woman said, like, was really struggling with doing her reading, and said, I'm sorry, but I can't see, like, anything into the future. And this girl died a week later in a car accident.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
My mom had her tea leaves read, and they were, like, crazy, crazy spot on.
Tea leaves?
Yeah, I guess, like, just put, like, tea leaves in a cup with boiling water and swirl it around. It was at some party, and they read it. And it wasn't, like, specific stuff, but their house was for sale at the time, and the woman's like, your house is going to sell in 3 somethings. I don't know if it's days, weeks, months, and then you'll be in something new in either 6 somethings, days, weeks, months. And their house sold 3 days later, and they were in a new house 6 months later because they built one.
Yeah.
She's like, something in the spring, you're going to have to make a really fast trip to the East Coast. And she's like, no, like there's no reason that we would go to the East Coast in the spring. And my great-grandmother wound up passing away in March, so they all went out to the East Coast for her funeral. Like, just, there was a bunch of really crazy stuff like that. My dad was going to come into a bunch of money. My grandmother found a bunch of old stocks cleaning up my grandfather's stuff after he passed away, and she just gave them to all the kids. It was just, like, really, yeah.
Well, we're going to come into a bunch of money at 11:05.
Oh, is tonight lottery my night?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to give you a reading right now.
You have to give, Cindy.
Yes. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought my luck is going really good. Like the lotto could be next. In fact, I went to a show last night and I won some concert tickets. They pulled my number out of the bucket, and I'm like, this is not what I wanted, okay?
That's fun.
No, but I want the lotto tonight.
She must be a billion. Forget those concerts.
Yeah, I don't want those.
Man. We don't want to waste
tickets.
our karma on that.
Yeah, but I figure between the pickle pizza and winning Rochester's Funniest Person, my luck is out.
What's going on with the pickle pizza? That's getting pretty big. It made it all the way up here to Barrie.
Yeah, I know. Did you see that picture I sent you of someone's Instagram?
Yeah, so
I was like, Jen, what's this?
I sent it to her, and I was like, hey, so my friend owns that. Never heard back from her.
Yeah, so the pickle pizza, it's definitely taking off still. It's still been pretty crazy.
That's so exciting.
We were on a show this morning, Monday morning, called The Real. I told you that earlier, whatever. But yeah, so it's still going strong.
Are a lot of people coming in for it?
Yes, it's been extremely busy. Like I was off this week. I went in earlier today to drop off some bottles of sauce and stuff, and they were really busy. So, so I don't know, I'm working on a bunch of other stuff related to the sauce that's gonna keep me out of the kitchen, hopefully. So we'll see.
Nice.
I'm working on the garlic sauces and bottling them and selling them. So maybe you'll see them in a store near you soon.
So exciting.
Oh my gosh. Exciting.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But so it's Rhino's Pizza, and they actually sponsor this show. So we are brought to you by Rhino's Pizzeria. If anyone's, listening out there, anyone, let me tell you guys, my Facebook is called Couple of Instigators. The Instagram is a Couple of Instigators. We will be posting stories that we talk about throughout the week on the show. We dropped a podcast on Monday mornings if you want to catch up on any of the old shows. So, there goes my plug. Did we cover the psychic things that we wanted to discuss?
I think so. We're on agreement. Thomas John
right.
is a scammer.
Well, right. And Teresa Caputo, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with her. And we'll see how Mama Psychic is soon. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some creepy news here in the last 5-10 minutes. There's a wagging finger that's going to be sticking out of your mobile phone, and it's going to help you. Yeah. So you could buy this finger.
But it is the creepiest looking finger you've ever seen.
Yeah, it attaches to your phone. And they have one that you can set on your desk, and the little finger moves over to, answer your phone and stuff for you.
Like that?
It frequently brags at you. Yeah. Come here so I can kill you. It's horrible.
This creepy finger. I don't know. We're going to post it on a Couple of Instigators, so if you guys want to go on there and look at this creepy story, I don't really have much more to say about that.
What was that show that had the hand? The Addams Family?
Yeah. Thing.
This is this is the finger.
Thing.
Yeah, the finger.
This isn't as friendly as Thing. This is not as friendly.
No, it's creepy. One looks real, and one is like this little black robot-looking metal finger. Oh, okay, but the museum, there's these bone fragments are headed to the Haunted Museum, which Jen will never go to.